You, back there, yes, pointing at your cheeks.
What was it like playing Ichigo, and did you ever feel bad cussing out most of the characters?
I can't see who's asking that question.
She's right there.
Stand up.
Oh, okay. I'm like looking here and I'm like, man, their mouths aren't moving. What was it like playing Ichigo? Is that what the question was?
And how did it feel cussing out all the other characters?
That's my favorite part, actually.
Yes!
Because when I first actually auditioned for the role, I was familiar with the show because of the convention circuit. I saw it everywhere and I've seen a couple episodes. So I knew his character he's like a street punk kid, he's a bit rude, you know? And so I knew that that's how I wanted to play him when I went into the audition. And so, first going in, doing the audition, that's how I played him, like real rude, and I was like, oh, this is fun, you know? And then they called me back in and they're like, oh, we want you to try it again, but this time make him nicer. Happier and funny. And I was like, okay, I was like, oh, that's weird. Shouldn't have seen that way in the show or whatever. So I did it that way. And then they called me back in, they're like, okay, let's do this. Can you come in and try to, they like what you're doing, but they want maybe something in between that. In between rude and happy. I don't know what to do. So I just kind of like mixed it up here and there. And then that's kind of what they went with. And they didn't let up until like after episode 18, and they finally were like, okay, you can play it where you want to play it.
Yes.
As long as you kind of do what we did. So, but yeah, I don't know. Ichigo is fun to play. I mean, when I go in there, I just know, like, if I'm stressed out about anything, I walk away from there feeling like, like that.
Yes.
Because all I do, really, half the time I go in there is like scream and yell and like fight people. So I get to let it all out when I go in there. So
it's
fun.
funny for me to hear him cuss out the other characters, because Johnny doesn't really cuss a lot in real life. Like, that's me. And it's so funny, anytime I hear him curse, I'm like, And the funny thing is, people that don't cursing on stage or screen sometimes don't sound right, but it sounds good. Like, it sounds like he means it. So I always enjoy that. That's fun. Yes, the person with their friend pointing at them.
Okay, Johnny, I'm not going to say for you to say love and peace, but could you please sing the Total Slaughter song?
He wants me to sing the Total Slaughter song.
Sing the Total Slaughter song!
I'm so glad you're happy about that. Here's the bad news. I don't know the song. You have to understand, I did that like so long ago. It was like maybe 10 years ago when I did the show.
They did Love and Peace!
Very well. I do this so often. I don't even think it sounds like Bash anymore. It sounds like Bashigo. This world is made of love and peace! Everyone, love and peace! Love and peace!
That's a really good point. I was gonna say, people always ask us to repeat lines from shows we did like 3 or 4 years ago, and the only thing I can think of, all the guys from Monty Python got together recently and they took this online "How well do you know your Python" quiz. They failed. Because you don't watch your own work over and over and over and over again. Like, you really concentrate on new shows or what your friends are working on. So like, somebody be like, you were in episode 13 of Sayuki when, and we're like, is that the one with the 2 little creepy monk kids? You know,
Yes.
trying to figure out which episode or which line they're talking about. Or somebody came up to me and said, sing the Bug Dance song from Super Gals. I'm like, no.
Oh my God.
I did that on the spot anyway, so that's funny. Hey guys, I have to run, so I want to tell you 2 quick things before I go. Well, no, the most important panel that I do is starting right on the heels of this panel, and it takes a second to get ready. I don't know if y'all have heard or have read recently how much trouble the anime industry really is in, But if you want to know more about that, head down to this room that was very humid last night for the dance. I found out we're in this room tonight, so I'm excited about that. It's not going to be as humid in here. Or maybe more, I don't know. But down there, I'm doing a panel about the effects of fan subbing, BitTorrenting, YouTube, and all that, what it's doing to the anime industry, and what it's doing to the industry in Japan, too. Because a lot of the bigger studios that we've always thought would be okay are pretty close to folding at this point. So if you want to know more about that, I'm doing that. Also, Doug Smith, the what? Yeah, some of them already have folded. In fact, some of the ones in the United States, like the people that brought you Trigun and Serial Experiments Lane, Geneon, they don't even exist anymore. They folded last year. Or no, this year, earlier this year.
Earlier
Right?
this year.
No, it was last year, end of last year. So yeah, if y'all want to know more about that, come down. I've got a lot of really good information on that. Also, since this is a voice actor panel, I wanted to plug this because it's for sale at Doug's Table. About a year and a half ago, a group of voice actors got together to, one, just have fun and record a rock and roll album, and two, raise money for charity. And we did, at the time, Voices for Peace, which was money that would go to Doctors Without Borders and CARE, two really awesome charity organizations. Some of the people on here, Jan Scott Frazier, my brother, Brittany Karbowski, Mike McFarland, Tiffany Grant, Chris Patton, Amanda Wynn Lee, John McGonigal. Yay! Thanks for loving on Amanda. And it's a really cool album. Where basically, this one was a bunch of war protest songs. I did Masters of War, the old Bob Dylan song. I also do a punk rock version of the theme from Billy Jack, 110 Soldier, and I love saying that Tiffany Grant is my backup singer on my punk rock song. But the cool thing is we just started working on a new album, and this has got even more people. Vic Mignogna's on it with us. I got that out of the way first. Even actually some people from the rock and roll industry, the lead singer for Godhead recorded with us, and we actually got to record some stuff in his studio. And the new one is Voices for Tolerance, and it's anti-racist, anti-intolerant fundraising deal. We're trying to get Johnny and them on one of the new ones,
Yeah.
but we haven't cornered them yet. But so definitely stop by Doug's Table and ask about this. Every penny that's made from these albums, we don't get a penny of it. It goes to these two charities, specifically Doctors Without Borders and CARE. And speaking of CARE, I had to go make a letter from the alphabet before my next panel, and it's not the letter poo. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Y'all stick around and give Johnny a bunch of love, and then we're done come down the hall.
Finally, all to myself.